Self-motivation is your ability to get up and get going, even when you'd rather curl up and let it go. The key components to self-motivation are a strong drive to achieve, optimism, even when things aren't going very well, commitment to what it is you're doing, and initiative to solve the problems you meet along the way. Now, I have a whole course on the Management Courses channel and website on motivation. But we usually turn motivation outwards. We motivate the people around us as managers, professionals, and leaders. And that course really does focus on motivating others, although much of the content of it is equally valid for motivating yourself. But in this video, I am going to focus entirely on self-motivation, but do have a look at the course for other ideas. Self-motivation starts with two things. Firstly, knowing what your goals are, what it is you want to achieve, and then crucially, being clear in your mind why it matters, why it's important to you. Purpose and meaning are important motivators, but perhaps more important, if you don't have a good answer to the question why, then it's very hard to put yourself out to do something, particularly something that is difficult, uncomfortable, unpleasant, or just gets in the way of doing something you'd rather do. You need a good, juicy because to answer the question why that's going on in your head. And of course, for most people, it's that self-talk that gets in the way more often than anything else. It reminds us why we don't want to commit and work hard at something. It tells us that we won't succeed, that we're not good enough, or that it really doesn't matter. And of course, it will scare us with the potential consequences of our failure. But it's self-talk that is also the solution, because that voice in your head, it works for you. Think about it. The reason you don't do something is because of the pain that you attach to doing it. Never mind the pleasure that you'll get when you succeed. Along the way, there's a whole load of discomfort. You can't see the pleasure because the discomfort and pain looms larger. So let me ask you this. If you don't do the things you want to do, how painful will that be? Be really honest with yourself. What's the pain you associate with doing it that's preventing you either from starting or from finishing? What's the pleasure you've got from not doing it and doing other things instead? But here's the killer question. What will happen if you don't do it? What pleasure will you miss out on? What pain will you feel then? What will it cost you over the next days, weeks, months, or even years? What will it cost you emotionally, physically, financially, in terms of your confidence, your self-esteem, and your relationships? How will it really make you feel if you don't get those results? Now, what will you gain if you do get them? Go on, make a huge list of all the things that will come from getting this done, financially, emotionally, relationship-wise, in terms of confidence, energy, control, enthusiasm, excitement, opportunities, and boundless good health. And what about the great relationships it will bring you and the success in work, in your private life, in your family life, in your sport and your community? But forget about the small little pain now. Think about the big benefit in the future. Another thing that gets in the way of doing stuff, frankly, is a lack of confidence. And Timothy Gallwey gives us a very simple, very powerful truth. He calls it the performance equation. And he suggests that our performance in life is equal to our potential minus interference. And where does that interference mostly come from? Yup, it's yourself. It's those feelings that you don't have the ability, you don't have the confidence, you don't have the right. But you do. You need to do away with that destructive, disruptive self-talk. If you had a friend who lacked confidence, what would you tell them? Would you tell them they're right and that they're rubbish? Or would you tell them all the abilities they have and all the reasons why they should be confident and enthusiastic? That voice in your head, that's what it should be telling you. And since you drive it, you are in control. And talking of friends, you can find even more self-motivation from a powerful network of family, friends, and good work colleagues. If you can commit to being there to support them, then in turn, they will commit to being there to support you, to help you when you need just a little bit of motivation. And next, clear away everything physical that's getting in the way. Tidy up, organize, sort things. Get rid of the clutter and the mess that's distracting you. Do those frustrating little tasks that are playing on your mind, or just cross them off your to-do list and forget them. Turn on the lights, open the windows, and create an environment that just makes you want to get things done. And if you still feel like putting stuff off, then take a look at our video on how to conquer procrastination, how to avoid putting things off. Self-motivation comes easily for some, but for others we have to work at it. Happily, there are a load of great strategies that will help you to work hard and get things done, even when you'd really rather be doing something else. Please do give this video a like if you've enjoyed it and learned from it. I'll be creating loads more great management courses videos for you, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of them. I look forward to seeing you in the next one, and in the meantime, keep learning.